Okay, continuing with chapter 6. So now we're on to, we've done the perpetual method under FIFO, LIFO, and weighted average. So now we're going to look at the periodic method. So remember from the first video, periodic method means that we're only doing this once during a certain period of time. In this case, we're talking about a month. So what they do, or what they're doing here in this problem, is they're figuring out what their cost of goods sold is and what their ending inventory is at the end of the month based on everything that happened during that month. So they're not doing it as they go, they're doing it kind of all at once. So this kind of simplifies things in some ways, but we'll see if that feels that way to you as well. So what I've done is, this is the same information we had for the last 3 problems. Okay, that hasn't changed, but I pulled out just the purchases and beginning inventories, because that's a good starting point. So this is everything that we started with, and this is everything that we purchased during the month of January. So if I'm using FIFO, my cost, to figure out my cost of goods sold, I need to figure out what the units I sold cost me. So I want to see how many, first thing, let's see how many total units were sold and how many total units remained in inventory for my ending inventory. So if I just go through the numbers here, I know I had a total of 1,560 units that I had available for sale. That would be my available for sale number, and that's just my total. All I do is sum these, this plus this plus this. It's called my available for sale. 2,100. Total units sold. Well, let me just add these up. I've got a sale here for 700. I got a sale here for 360, and I got a sale here for 240. So if I add those 3 numbers, 700 units plus 360 units plus 240 units, I have 1,300 units that I sold. So if I started out, or during the month, if I had a total of 2,100 that I could sell based on beginning inventory and what I bought, and I sold 1,300, then the difference between the two should be how much I have left. So I'll take my 2,100 available for sale, subtract the 1,300 that I actually sold, to get how many's in my remaining inventory. 800. Now this part doesn't change. This part I just did doesn't change whether we're using FIFO, LIFO, or the periodic. I'm sorry, whether you're using FIFO, LIFO, or weighted average when it comes to the periodic method. So now what I can figure out, since I'm doing FIFO, I wanted to use the first ones in for the first ones out. So I want to use the oldest first. If I total a total of 1,300, what I do is I start at the top and I start counting down until I get to 1,300 to see how many layers I actually need to use. So I know I'm going to sell all 1,000 units, because it's over 1,000, at $20 a piece for a total cost of 20,000. And then I need 300 more, and I have 300 more in this layer. I'm starting from the top because I'm using FIFO. So I've got 300 that came from this layer at $22.40 each for a total cost of 62 or 67.20, excuse me. So my total cost of goods sold, I can just add those 2 numbers together, and that would be my total cost of goods sold for the month, for the month of January underneath the FIFO periodic method. Now, I also need to figure out what I had left in inventory. So this is gone because I sold it, right? And 300 of these are gone, which means I have 200 left. So in my ending inventory, I have 500 minus the 300, so 200 units at a cost of $22.40 each. And then I also have 600 units at a cost of $23.30 each. So my total ending inventory would be the total of those two. 18,460 would be my FIFO periodic. This would be my total cost of goods sold, and this would be my total ending inventory. And again, just like with all the other methods, the total of the two equals 45,180, because it will always be the same. My available for sale, I could also do the total cost of my available for sale too. Some number you might want to know, which is at 45,180. Okay, we'll stop there and do the periodic LIFO for the next one.